Howdy guys, welcome to the cave. I'm Mark, and you're watching Blue Street Customs. Hey guys, and welcome. Today I'm going to do an unboxing of the Revell HMS Victory 1 to 225 scale, level 4. So a little backstory on this and why I have it. The reason I have this is I'm sure you've seen on my channel that I have a wooden model ship. Well, I had one. Thanks to a four-legged, furry, long-tailed kitty, he decided to knock it off one day, drop it on the floor, and because it's wood, he has this little fetish of chewing on wood, I guess. So he destroyed a good chunk of it, and, well, I can no longer continue on it. So I decided to get one of these. Now, if you want to help this channel, there is a Patreon link down in the description, and by joining a Patreon, it's definitely going to help me out getting these things. These things are not cheap here in Canada. In total, this was pushing almost $95 for this model. Now, a lot of the other models are all pretty much the same type of pricing, $50, $60, $70. So anything that you guys do help out with goes back into the channel as projects like this, materials and paints, things like that. And maybe at some point in time, a whole new camera so that you guys can get better video. So today I'm going to unbox this. We're going to take a quick look at it, see what it all consists of. Now, when it did come in the mail, it was squished a little bit. So one thing we are going to be checking for is making sure that none of the parts inside are broken. Now again, it is the HMS Victory. Now it's not overly big, but it is 40 centimeters long and about 33 centimeters tall. So let's open this up and see what we've got. Okay, so what we've got here, I've unpackaged everything, and I have noticed that in the brown plastic, there is a lot of little pieces that have come off. So I will be putting them into a small baggie to make sure, because I see there's some holes here in the plastic. All right, we don't want to lose nothing. So I will be putting them into the little baggie after. Over here we've got some thread. I'm assuming that's for the rigging. We have one piece of string. Not quite sure. We'll have to be sure it's in the instruction. Then we've got little mini paper flags. They're not even decals, they're just paper. Okay, so obviously we're going to have to probably cut these out and glue them onto certain places, things like that. Again, all in the instructions. Decently vacuum formed sails. Now I do plan on trying to find some sort of fabric that I can try and use to make more realistic sails. As you can see, there's like almost no texture, very flat and plain. You know, like even the sail lines where everything is supposed to be sewn, there's almost nothing there. All right, so they're very cheap. So I'm going to be trying to find some fabric and see if I can make my own sails more realistic. Obviously we got some more thread for more rigging. Now, like I said, the box was damaged. Doesn't seem to be too much flash on it. I see little bits here and there, but nothing overly bad so far. Just little bits. There is some. I don't know if you can see that there. There is some. You see it on the railing there. A little bit in the gun door. Now, I'm no ship expert, so I don't know all the terms and terminology of all this stuff. I'll do my best to learn as I go, but don't be yelling at me because I've called something the wrong thing or anything like that. I just like ships. I don't know all the terminology. Now, deck is a little warped, so I might have to use the heat gun or something to try and massage that better into place. Again, doesn't seem to be too much flash. I see little bits here and there. So we will have to do some cleaning. I see some pretty good mold lines on the masts and stuff like that. Now this isn't going to be just a 2 or 3 episode build. I want to really take my time on this. I want to clean a lot of it up. Maybe even hand make a bunch of this stuff to replace it to make it better detailed. Well, there's most of the gun barrels. I see one missing there, a couple here. So they must be in the bag, hopefully. I also noticed one of these had fallen out of the bag. So looks like it came from there. This one's ready to fall off. Otherwise, this here doesn't, a little bit of flash around the edges. Easy enough cleaned up. The anchors, same thing, a little bit of flash. But otherwise, seems to be fairly nicely detailed. That's probably I have no idea actually. No, that'd be the cabin's quarters and stuff. Now we got gun barrels here. I don't know if you have to make, oh yes, right there, never mind. So there's gun barrels there. We've got some gun trays here, or the cannon trays. This one here, the cannons and the cannon trays are already together. And these must be all the outriggers for the sails. Again, not too bad a flash. This is a older model kit though. So, of course, the detail and the cleanliness of it isn't going to be as good as, say, a today's tooling for these types of models, right? But the detail is still pretty good. Can you see that? Now, things like this, I don't know if it's possible, but I was hoping that maybe the window frames were big enough where I could possibly drill through, maybe put some clear lens in behind, and maybe some sort of cabin lights or something inside with some LEDs. From the looks of it, I don't know, and it looks pretty thick. So I would have to do some major hollowing out here without going through, and then try to use a pin vise to drill out all these holes for the in between the mutton bars. So we'll see as things go on. Now we got another piece of the deck here. This must be the lower deck. Yeah, this is the lower deck, and again we got more cannon trays. I noticed one of these lifeboats are in the bag, but again, the flash isn't too bad. A little bit of cleanup, so going to be a lot of test fitting, that's for sure. Another piece loose and falling apart. Don't want to lose this stuff. Lifeboats aren't too bad for detail. Little faint, so I might try to carve them in a little better. Like, I highly doubt you're going to see that because even I hardly see it. I see some mold lines and stuff that we'll have to get rid of, which is to be expected. Now here, I'm not sure what they call these. I think these are the rat lines, I think, or something like that. They go up along the side of the ship, up towards the crow's nest and stuff like that. They're not too bad, but they are supposed to be rope. So I'm thinking I might just hand make these. I mean, they got a lot of ejector pins on them and everything else. It'd be a lot of cleanup, and I don't think they're supposed to be that perfectly straight and very rigid. Most ships, they were quite flimsy in a sense, right? They were there to hold up different things, rigging, and a lot of them climbed up to get up to the the crow's nest and things like that. So I'm thinking I might try to find some heavier thread or maybe thin string and make some sort of jig to make these myself so that they're a little more authentic, because there is quite a bit of flash in between each one of these little spaces in here, and a lot of them. So to try and clean every single one of them out so they look good. And like I said, there is injector pin marks and pieces sticking up and everything else. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, being black and all, right? But yeah, take my word for it. There's a lot of stuff sticking up. You can kind of see some right there. All right. So if I were to make my own, it'd definitely be a lot nicer, a lot cleaner, and probably a bit of a pain in the butt to make my own. But in the long run, I think it would look a lot better than this. So this is where we're at. This is what we've got. I'm still waiting for a couple colors to come in. I've got the copperish bronze for the bottom of the hull, because when they did that, they also cladded it with a copper plating. So I'm trying to figure out the exact colors. Now, there is a thing on YouTube of the restoration of this ship, and according to the restoration of this ship, there is the black, there is the copper, but the yellow, the mustard yellow color that you see everybody paint these things, isn't technically wrong. That color was there. But what they did was they restored it back to the point where when it was basically first made. Now it was more of a pale salmon-y color. So let me know down in the description, which one would you rather? This yellowy color or a more of the original salmon pinky color? And if I can, I'll put the link in the description for that video showing, it's a short video of the restoration, how they found out the real color of the ship and stuff like that. Let me know which one you'd rather see, this mustard yellow or the pinky salmon color. So let's take a quick look here at the instruction manual. Nice colored pictures. What we got here? And just some warnings and stuff, nothing major. It's a nice, easy to read, multi-language, and I mean multi. So if you're going to get this pretty much anywhere in the world, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to read it. Again, here they're showing colors. Now, being that this is a Revell kit, these are probably, I don't know. I don't know if they use Tamiya colors or if they use something, but I will figure out what these colors are. And again, this mustard yellow is not the proper one. Neither is the color for the masts. The masts have actually changed color as well. Everything else seems to be the proper colors that it was. The layout of the trees, what there should be on them and where they are, so easy to find, your sails, your thread, but just the pictures are well marked, what should be painted, what color, where everything goes. It even comes with a stand to set it on, which will probably end up building fairly quickly as they show here, which will probably help in holding up the ship while you're trying to do everything else. But yes, the pictures are really nice, easy, seem to be easy to understand what's going on, where they want you to put things, your rigging and your rat line, or your rat lines. Now, if I am saying anything wrong, calling things by their wrong names, please feel free to politely correct me. I want to learn as much as I can about whatever these things are called in any part. Ship wheel, mooring lines, anything like that. I know there's people out there that are way more advanced in the knowledge of these types of ships. Either way, it's showing where the flags, looks like flags go, maybe. I show one there, but I'm assuming that that's probably what these are. Once I read things, I'll probably know a whole lot better. Obviously, where the sails go, looks like more rigging. Now, again, I'm hoping that I can, excuse me, I can find a fabric that I can use to make the sails a lot more realistic. I'm not fussy about those vacuum formed ones. And out of all the videos I've watched, most people don't like them either. Some have the capabilities of making their own sails. Others have no choice but to use them. And they do a very good job at painting them, making them look fairly decent. So here we've got the colors and stuff of where everything's supposed to be. So I'm hoping, like I said, I'm going to check it out better to see if I can actually hollow out these windows and the window frames so that I can maybe put LEDs in there. So okay, well that's everything I've got on this. So if you want to see me build this, let me know down in the description. And again, check out in the description. I have the link down there for my Patreon. If you decide that you want to try and help me out in buying these projects, buying the materials, there's different tiers in there for you to look at. Also, check me out on Instagram and Facebook, because I'll usually post things there before I do my videos on YouTube. And so all those links will be down in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, and definitely don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can get notified when I post these videos and any of the other ones. And again, thank you very much for watching. So until next time, later.